February is the month of love. We have St. Valentine's Day, and I'm just off to Bam-Bou, that fantastic Pan-Asian restaurant in Fitzrovia in central London. They're creating love potions, love cocktails all through February, and I've been invited along to spread my magic with my tarot cards, giving love advice for the month, for their relationships, whether they want to find love, keep love going, or bring some passion into their life. I'm there to help. Do you have a question for me?
I actually do. I'm in a relationship at the moment. We've been going out for a year and 4 months.
Serious?
Very serious. I was wondering if you could just give me some advice, or maybe if there's some
Sure, let's
about
see.
how it's going.
Well, I'm sure you know that, but let's have a look under the surface. So would you just, with your left hand, because we receive with our left, just pick out 6 cards for me?
Okay.
2. One more, please. Lovely.
No.
And do you know what? I am going to take this card because this is desperate to come.
Okay.
And you didn't take it, so I wonder what that's about. So we'll have a look at that in a minute. This central card is where you're at today, and it's the moon. So what happens with the moon? The moon is reflected light. It has no power of its own. It relies on the sun. But you know, when there's an eclipse, how powerful the moon can be just by being there. And when we have no external light and just reflected light, it's encouraging us to go in, to look within for the answers to our relationship and how to take it forward. So in a nutshell, it's saying trust your intuition more and be less logical. Now, we don't want you to throw logic out the window. That would be silly. I don't believe in you've got to be psychic and intuitive, or you're a literal and logical mind. We should be both. But the intellect, the logic, and the heart should be working together as a team. So this is suggesting you've gone a little bit more logical, and you need to come back into your feeling centre a bit more. How do you feel about that, what I've just said so far? You've got to, look, it's a woman with blindfold on, but it's you. You need to almost feel your way through different types of relationships for a bit. I don't mean go into something you don't want to do or don't want. I'm not saying that. But just have one foot in your comfort zone, but reach out beyond it to somebody that maybe might be cleverer than you or more emotionally grown than you. Doesn't matter. She's attracted to you. She's attracted to you. Don't analyze it. Just trust and be it. Yeah? Now, I think the two of you weren't meaning to come together. It literally was crazy. You just fell for each other. It just happened. Is that correct?
It does, yes.
It's making me feel quite emotional. It does feel like you couldn't have avoided each other. You just couldn't. So you have to trust that. You have to trust that you were meant for each other. But there's problems at the moment, nothing serious. 5 of Cups is a low, it's like a nagging small toothache, but it does need addressing so that it doesn't build. So we can talk about it as we go through. And in the present situation, oh my goodness, it's the marriage card, which believe. Oh, commitment card. And look, she's dancing, she's waiting to wear a special frock. She'll love me, won't she?
She should be here.
And it just feels lovely. I almost don't want to go further. It's just too perfect. But you've worked towards this. Do you generally, are you quite a highly sensitive, slightly emotional person? I don't mean out of control, but you feel things very deeply.
Yeah, I'm told I'm sometimes quite sentimental. That's probably.
You're not a Cancer, are you? Star
no,
sign?
No, Capricorn, I think.
Oh, well, I think that's lovely because Capricorns, I wonder if you've got Cancer in your chart. Capricorns can be a bit rigid and logical. So the fact you've got something in you that's soft and romantic will balance that very well indeed. You've just got to watch not to take on board too much pressure. It's not all down to you to make this relationship work. It's two people. And I think the man sometimes does feel he's got to be all things. It used to be the woman, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The housewife in the kitchen, the goddess in the bed, etc. But I think men are feeling that now. So don't, because she's not putting that pressure on you. You're doing it.
Yeah.
And then here we are, just moving. She's quietly the leader, you know. She makes you look the boss, but she knows what she's doing behind the scenes.
Possibly.
She's no fool, and she loves seeing you in the spotlight. She loves watching you shine, and that in a way is reflected on her, because without her you wouldn't be happy in that spotlight. So that's very beautiful, the yin and yang. Negatively, well, you've been going through for the wrong woman, but you haven't been going for the very wrong woman. You've just not found her yet, thank goodness. I don't want you to find her at 20. I want you to relax and just enjoy relationships for the moment and find what they're giving to you and what it's bringing out in you. Let yourself evolve. Positively, you've got fate. The Chariot is coming in to help you all through this. And all of you celebrating your future together, the two of you. So it's up to you. You're the one that has to believe and feel it's right and generate that energy out there into the world and your family, and they will all be fine. Perfect. Now this card you didn't take, so I just think that's interesting, and it was drawn King of Pentacles. Now, this is a lovely message for you that you maybe are not ready to hear, but I'm going to tell you anyway. This is a great guy. He's brilliant at being a leader. He's good at delegating. He's good at sharing power because he's very confident in his own ability. He doesn't need to throw his weight around. He's very good at balancing his personal life and his professional life, being the son, the father, the lover, the guy at work leading the troops. But, and this is one for you to think about, you haven't grown into that man yet. Do you feel that?
Possibly, yeah.
I feel you need to let him expand. I feel you've been knocked somewhere and you're this beautiful, sort of fabulous tree, but you've got caught in spring. And you're now just beginning to trust yourself again, probably as you've grown in this relationship.
Yeah, possibly.
And now you need to really show yourself in full summer bloom.
Great.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much. That was awesome.
Well, I've just got back from press night at Bam-Bou, and it has been such fun. It's been fantastic. I've helped relationships, I've enhanced them, I've inspired them, I've brought some longevity to the relationships, and I've also just heard from people that have already got wonderful relationships. It has been such a joy. All I can say is, for now, my work here is done.